Hi, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, future viewers. Hello, people who aren't watching this live but are watching this in the future. Thank you, future viewers. Thank you for all you've done to send back help to us in the miserable now. Now, there's great things about the now. Now, 7/13, July 13th, 2025, is actually, you know, fantastic in lots of ways, but yeah, the things that we're forced to be thinking about, because until we stop them, we should be thinking about them, are really terrible and awful. And you probably can't even imagine how bad it is in the future. But I'd like to think about the future and stay on that cheery mood, because the future, if any, is going to be much more peaceful and happy, and everybody's going to be getting along, and that's great. And you guys will never want to return to the way things used to be. You may want to view content about it and look back on it historically, or look back on the media and stuff, the stories and movies and stuff like that we made from these times, the video games and things like that, the media, the art. But you'll never want to do this stuff again. You'll hopefully respect the people who, stood up for truth and justice and the American way and all the good stuff against all the bad guys. I was thinking earlier today about the Singularity, and then somebody was on the radio with Singularity in their book title, or was trying to say something about it themselves. I don't usually think about the singularity that much, but in today I was thinking about what people call the singularity, which I probably do think about, but I don't think about in those terms as much. And thinking about talking about it in those terms, and how from the perspective of the singularity, or even just you people in the future, from the perspective of the singularity, well, looking back on us now, well, what's holding us back? What's dividing us? What's keeping us back? Well, becomes a concentration of the obstacles. Hello, Michael Scarborough. Nice to meet you. Your name sounds familiar. Do I know you? I'm Puffin, by the way. If I don't know you, nice to meet you. Glad to know you now. But there comes a... Oh, hello, Raina Duke. Nice to meet you. You have a beautiful name. I'm Puffin. Nice to meet you. I'm in the Fairy Liberation Front in the Pillar Revolution, and I was giving hope to people by looking back on the present time from the future, from the singularity, is one way I was putting it, or from heaven on earth, from the post-war, post-Putin, post-Trump world, which, those things could be next week. We could be looking back on this week from a post-Trump world, a post-Putin world next week. But right now, July 13th, 2025, I was mostly talking to people in the future because there was nobody in the live until just now. So welcome everybody. Oh, welcome everybody else. There was nobody in the live until just now, and I'll get to your comments in just a second. But I was just talking to people in the future, saying thank you, future people, if any, and thank you for all the help you've done to help us now. If you are from the future, thank you right now. But thank you to the people who see this in the future. Commander Luke's is asking what my problem is. My problem is fascism. I'm going to end fascism and Trumpism and patriarchy and capitalism and Christianity to boot, along with it. Those are some of my problems. I'm going to replace the Christian churches with the Church of Judas. This is what Jesus set Judas aside to do. Jesus is from the goddess. God is a dangerous lie. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. Somebody says hello, hello. Zero, which there's a cool band called Zero. I don't know, maybe it's your lighting. Oh yeah, I'm very yellow. I'm very yellow in this light. Yes, thank you for the... Yes, yeah, thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Zero. Jaundice, yeah, yellow can be a sign of jaundice. Sorry if it's rude. No, it's what lots of people say all the time. It's just, there's just a yellow light. You can see my videos. I'm not always yellow. Thanks, though. Okay, we got a troll or somebody. Commander Luke, yeah, never mind. We won't read Commander Luke anymore. Should I? Let me know if I need to mute anyone. I'm the moderator, as you can tell. Let's see what 3000 says. Like Andre 3000. He's one of my heroes, one of my role models. How am I? I'm fine. Thank you. How are you? I'm pretty good. I'm revolutionary. I'm always revolutionary. You found the most revolutionary channel on TikTok. If you didn't catch it before, we'll be replacing the Christian churches, replacing all Christianity, all patriarchy Christianity, with the Church of Judas. This is Jesus' secret plan. Well, it's not a secret anymore. I just told you. I just told all 7 of you. I just told all of you this. I've told people this a bunch. Like, nobody listens. It's fine. If you don't listen either, it's fine. If you do listen, I'll tell you more. Can you talk about drama? Sure. What about drama? About drama? What? My face is all messed up because I have a pimple that I just went to town on. How am I? Talk about drama. God bless you, Black. Goddess bless you too. Goddess bless you too. God's a dangerous lie, but the goddess is real. Doc Zero says, "You're welcome." How sorry, man. Just make no. You're cool. It's fine. People literally say that to be mean or something, and I know you didn't mean it that way, so I can tell. Blessings to you too, brother TW. Where's your clothes? I'm in bed. I don't need clothes. Smiling. I'm going to subscribe. Thanks. I mean, thanks. 3,000. Thanks. I appreciate it. Comment on my content. I got lots of content. Like it's a lot. You'll enjoy it. You've got to enjoy some of it. It's that much. There's like no human possible way that you couldn't enjoy some of it because it's that much. And some of it might change your life. The Gospel of Judas, yeah. Why? Oh, you know what I'm talking about? That's so cool. Zero, cool. Yeah, I wrote a book about it. I wrote The Book of Judas by Andrew Harris, and then the hashtag The Church of Judas is pretty much me. Like, I'm pretty much the one who's talking about it. But yeah, I talk about it a lot. I was going to be writing another book, but I had some technical difficulties, so I'm doing this instead. Nice to meet you. Yeah, and as you may have gathered, if you've read The Gospel of Judas or anything about it, the authority is just the truth. There's no authority structure to be had, so we're going to dismantle all the authority structures. And the authority structure is the truth. Anybody can understand the truth. Anybody can convey the truth. And by conveying the truth, you dismantle authority structures. Okay, Michael Scarborough. Your name sounds so familiar. Where do I know you from, Michael Scarborough? Let me read your comment. It looks very long and thought out. They are truly a remarkable individual, embodying kindness, integrity. Who are we talking about? I didn't see your previous comment, Michael Scarborough. Okay, well, let's read it. Let's read your comment, and we can all guess who you're talking about. They are truly a remarkable individual, embodying kindness, integrity, and compassion in everything they do. Their genuine concern for others shines through in their actions, always willing to lend you. Oh, thanks. Always willing to lend. I think there was more to that I can't read in this format for some reason. Always willing to lend a helping hand, something like that. I mean, I'm going to subscribe to you. Thank you. I will subscribe to you as well if you're also a person who makes content. I have a lot of content. That's what I'm saying. You can look through my content. Live is not my... Would you guess? Live is not my speciality. Go outside. Maybe somebody will kick my ass and we can watch. It's nighttime here. There's nobody out there. Sorry to disappoint. The Dead Sea Scrolls, it's not from the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's kind of like that, though. It's stuff that they did find in the Cave of Horrors. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to brag for a second. Because I published the book, The Gospel of Judas. I published... The Gospel of Judas is what it's based on. The Gospel of Judas was published in 2006. I published the Book of Judas. And I chose to publish it on March 13th. Because it seemed like a betrayal holiday, the Ides of March. And so, I published it on March 13th. It might have been ready on like March 10th or, in February or something. But I published it on March 18th. I held it back and published it. The day after I published it, sorry, I might be getting confused with my previous book, The Art of Betrayal by God. Anyway, the day after I published The Art of Betrayal by God, the news came out that they found all these scrolls in the Cave of Horrors. It's a cave called the Cave of Horrors. And they found all these scrolls in it, like, it's a lot. And hundreds of scrolls. And a 10,000-year-old basket and a mummified teenager. Anyway, they found all these scrolls in there. And, yeah. And so there could be another and more complete copy of the Gospel of Judas. Because so far we only have one copy of the Gospel of Judas. Let me catch up on your comments. Thank you for the subscribing. So it's not from the Dead Sea Scrolls. From the Dead Sea Scrolls were a specific other group before this. The Gospel of Judas was found independently, and it kind of worked its way into scholars' hands and then into the public in 2006. And then the Cave of Horrors, that wasn't discovered until like 2020. Um, or they knew about the Cave of Horrors, but they found like another chamber further back in the Cave of Horrors. There's 13 people in here. I'm going to screenshot that. They found another chamber in the Cave of Horrors that had hundreds more scrolls, which I think will contain a more complete copy of the Gospel of Judas. So when that news came out the day after I published my book, The Art of Betrayal by God, I said I need to lock in my interpretation of the Gospel of Judas before they find the more complete scroll that hopefully proves my conclusions correct. But I'm writing another book because I've been talking about this for years, and so I feel like I have a lot of kind of expert perspective on it that just other people aren't talking about it, and I don't think anybody else is taking it as seriously as I do. So I'm fascinated to know how you found my channel, and you too, Michael Scarborough. I swear I know you, but Zero, this is the first time we've met, but that's interesting, and I'd be interested to know how you found my channel. Okay, and 3000 has a question. Dude's been a failure his entire life, apparently, Commander Luke says. Do you believe in God? I believe in the goddess. I do believe in the goddess. I believe atheists are half right because all your complaints about God are correct and true. That God's a jerk and fake and bad. I can prove that God is fake in just a second. I'll come back to that. But I believe in the goddess. The goddess is real. Even though that God is a dangerous lie and fake, the goddess is real. So I've always believed in the goddess personally, even before the Judas stuff. But Jesus is from the goddess, not from God. And that's kind of a strong but understated point in the Gospel of Judas. Hello, new subscriber, STR Anonymous Second. You have a cool profile picture, I think. It's very tiny on my end. I'm sure I will enjoy your content. I'm sure you will too. I'm so glad that you came here and that you will engage in my content. My content has only been shown to a Russian troll factory for about 15, 16, 17 years now. So to have other people watch it, to have like actual people watch it instead of trolls, that's going to be awesome. That's like world-shattering, changing. You don't even know. I know everybody's like, please comment, please like, subscribe, whatever. It's different on my channel because my channel hasn't been shown to like human beings in forever, like a really, really long time. So the fact that you're actual thinking, intelligent human beings, and then you have a chance of engaging in my content, to me, this is like, winning the lottery or something. So thank you so much. This is like winning the revolution. I do feel like the Haitian American heroes in the Brooklyn, I think, or the Bronx, who beat up the ICE agents and rescued the people they were trying to kidnap. I think those guys beat Trump. I think they won. I mean, I think more needs to be done, of course. But I think that's kind of the turning point. Like, they won. Like, the ICE agents are quitting now. You're from California? Cool. I'm from Colorado. I'm from Indiana? Cool. Michael Scarborough says, where's everybody from? Scarborough is from Indiana? That's cool. 3000 is from California? I've been to California a couple times. It's cool. I like it there. Commander Luke is also from Indiana. Whoa, that'd be crazy if you guys were like neighbors and like one of you's totally cool and Commander Luke's kind of, I don't know, kind of Trumpy. Let me put it that way. We can rescue from the Trumpiness. I want to extract all the curses from any Trump Putineers and comments. I'm going to curse Trump with them. I'm going to extract all the curses from any Trump Putineers and comments. I'm going to curse Putin with them. I'm going to extract all the curses from any Trump Putineers and comments and curse Netanyahu with them. Oh, and for good measure, I'm going to extract all the curses from any Trump Putineers and comments and curse Modi with them. From Texas, STR Anonymous. Awesome. Good luck in Texas. Proud of you guys for rescuing people, and good luck. That's okay. Let's see what they asked about the Gospel of Judas. That is really bad news in Texas, and it's all Trump's fault. Oh, but that's the proof against God. I'm glad you mentioned you're from Texas, because this is what proves that God is fake. It's because these traitors. Yeah, I mean, you can't really base things on what MAGA supporters, Trump Putineers do, but these traitors, they're such traitors. They're willing to throw their God under their bus. They're willing to blame God before they blame Trump. Trump did it. Like, Trump's responsible for that. Like, he did it intentionally. He made it as bad as possible intentionally in every way, at every level, from his, decades working against, anybody stopping climate change to firing all the people at the weather place to preventing the rescues from going out. He did all that. And these people are still willing to blame God, and their God did nothing. God did nothing, but they're willing to blame God when Trump did it all. And they're not willing to blame Trump. It's crazy, but it shows that their God is so fake and weak and nothing. He's under Trump. He's under their other God, Trump, who's even more fake and weak and nothing. Really, as a God, anyway. Okay, Zero asks a long question. Did they find a Gospel of Judas in the Dead Sea Scrolls? Says Jesus met with Judas and told him to betray him on purpose. Well, he didn't betray him on purpose. Yeah, it's just that the betrayal is something we put on it, or the other disciples put on it, because he probably also didn't do anything to harm himself. The other disciples, or Romans, or somebody, probably the other disciples did it. And so that's why they wrote it that way. It's a big murder mystery. It's like a big true crime thing. And everybody's supposed to be so into true crime, and this is like the best and biggest true crime story of all, and nobody cares. Although I do think if somebody wrote it up as a true crime, or put it in like a true crime podcast, only murders in the building style, sorry, uh, it would blow up. It would be amazing. People would love it. They did not find the Gospel of Judas in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's just found independently. Somebody else found it, and it was not found in that same collection. But it is kind of the same thing. It's the same like era. It's from the first century. And it is, the rest of what you said is totally true. Jesus met with Judas and told him, I need you to do this. What he told him is, I need you to do this thing for me. I can trust you to do it. I can't trust anybody else. I can trust you to do this thing for me. And because you do it, you'll be hated for centuries. So he knew he was going to be hated. Jesus knew he was going to be hated. And he knew to tell Judas in advance that he was going to be hated. But that's what makes it such an interesting thing. It's such an interesting document. Because it proves itself true. It proves Jesus is true. It's the best proof of Jesus in the entire world. There's still people who debate and question whether or not Jesus exists. But this is the best proof of Jesus. It just proves he's entirely true. But people don't want that. They would rather have a church than Jesus because it condemns the churches. They would rather have a church than Jesus, which, again, it just works so perfectly. All Jesus said is, look, I'm going to ask you to do this, and when you do it, you're going to be hated for centuries. And then you will be revealed because this will be kept secret. All that came true. The church will do all these terrible things. Jesus knew the church was going to do terrible things. It came true. And then he said, you're going to be hated for centuries, and then this truth will be revealed, and then your church will replace all their churches. That part hasn't come true yet. Judas was hated and kept secret for centuries. Judas has now been revealed. And he wouldn't have been kept secret if they hadn't destroyed every copy of this. So by trying to stop it, they made it come true. And Jesus knew they were going to try to stop it. Knew that if they had just left some copies out there, it couldn't have been stayed secret for so long. It would have just been a debated thing within Christianity. But they didn't. They destroyed every copy they could get. So they made it come true. And then what else has to come true? Judas has been hated and he's been kept secret. Now he's been revealed, so all he has to do left is replace the churches. And Jesus knew how bad the churches were going to be. That shows that Jesus had a lot of power, insight, knowledge, whatever was from the future, or something like that. And if you'll remember when we started this conversation, it's about talking to people from the future. Hi, future people. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sending back your information to people who are here now. Thanks for being here if you're here now. There's 8 people in here now, but yeah, one of you could be from the future. Thanks for being here. Thanks for reminding us that there's a future we can get to, and that we can all just sense and glimpse and instinctively or somehow rememberingly know that the future is beautiful and wonderful, and there's no war or pain or suffering and stuff like that. Michael Scarborough says, yeah. 3000 says, let's say where each of us is from. So I know 3000's from Indiana. 3000's from Indiana. No, Michael Scarborough's from Indiana. 3000's from California. Commander Luke is from Indiana. Commander Luke says, bro, just finished choking his chicken. Okay. So, if you're talking about the Book of Judas, are you Gnostic? I guess so. I mean, sure. I was probably thought of myself as Gnostic before I got into it, before I knew the Gospel of Judas existed. But I haven't kept up with, the Gnostic parties. I haven't kept up with the Gnostic lodge meetings or whatever they do. Born in Chicago, raised in Indiana. I went to Chicago once. It was cool. I like Chicago. Michael Scarborough was born in Chicago and raised in Indiana. Sir Anonymous says, how old are you? I'd like to ask people to guess how old I am. You can try to insult me by guessing really low or guessing really high. Or you can try to flatter me by guessing really low or guessing really high. Um, or you can just try to guess right and try to guess really low or really high. I found your channel just scrolling through lives on YouTube. How crazy. Wow, YouTube. Wow, you did something good for once, YouTube. Amazing. YouTube. It's like almost like YouTube's going to have a transformation and be completely different than it was before. You look yellow. Oh, right. We had that conversation. I called you Doc Zero. Heard you mention the Gospel of Judas, so I stayed. Thank you for staying, because you made literally one of the best conversations I've had. I've rarely had. On TikTok, I used to meet people I could talk to about this stuff. Nice to meet you. The 3000 and 0 and Raina Duke, you're back. I thought you were here before, but you had a profile picture. You have a good night too, Michael Scarborough. So nice to meet you, and your words were very kind, and I hope to see you in my comments on my other videos or in my live again. Like and subscribe, says 3000. Thank you. Oh, this is like the most support. This is by far the most supportive live audience I've ever had on YouTube. On TikTok, yeah, I guess I had. Actually, this might be the most supportive audience I've ever had anywhere. Because even on TikTok, it's like you would meet some people, but it wasn't like a group of people being nice at the same time. That's really cool. Thanks. Texas. Beers, steers, and queers. Catholic. I always thought he said Catholic in that revolting cock song. My mom's son, from my name is Sophia. Sophia, I always meet Sophias. Somebody was asking if I was Gnostic a second ago, and I always thankfully meet Sophias, which I guess means yes, I am Gnostic. Thank you. Thanks for the likes. Oh, the message is held for review. Like and subscribe, guys. I guess because you said it loud. I'm going to see if I can show it. I can't show it because another moderator. It's so weird. I don't have any moderators. And so when I do stuff and YouTube makes a note that says another moderator just handled this, it's just weird. It just means YouTube did it. And that's weird. Sorry if it's taking me a while to get to your comments. I like to comment on all the comments because it's so nice to have nice comments. In Mexican, help me. Oh, okay. We're definitely here to help you. I think if you want citizenship in America, I think we need to promote this idea. I think this is a very important idea. Fast track to citizenship. Automatic citizenship for every one of their victims. Anyone they encounter, anyone they contact in any way gets automatic citizenship. Just make a list of all these people, or just a list of people that they want to encounter. Just give them automatic citizenship so they have no reason to even encounter them. And the people that they've already encountered, give them automatic citizenship and some compensation. Some compensation for the trouble they've gone through. Hello, Sophia. Hello, Sophia. And Zero said hello. I don't know if you saw it, but Zero said hello. Mexican in Texas, what should I do? We're going to save Texas. I thought Texas was going to I thought we were going to lose our second president in Texas yesterday, dude. I thought we were done with Trump. I thought that Texas was going to rise up. I actually covered Devil Went Down to Texas. I covered the Devil Went Down to Georgia song with Texas lyrics. That's how much I thought y'all were going to not let Trump leave Texas. But thank you. You're Mexican too. Awesome. Viva la raza, or however you say it. But thank you to all Mexican people. You guys are freaking awesome, and so sorry for all the terrible anti-Mexican racism in America lately, especially from Trump. It's the worst. I mean, it's the worst. Like Trump and his clan, Trump-Hooteniers are the worst people that have ever lived on the planet Earth. I'm convinced. I don't think anybody's worse than. I don't think we should let them be worse than people who have been before them that have also been bad. I have some Mexican roots, so I'd be considered a little Mexican. Cool. I mean, I do speak a little Spanish. I speak a very little Spanish, un poco. It's crazy to find different people from different countries. I got a lot of it. I get a lot of people from India on here too, but I get a lot of it on TikTok. TikTok is very global, but I'm not on TikTok anymore. So it's just so cool to see this doing something as well as TikTok did. Oh, me también. Oh, me too. Do you speak Spanish? Un poco. Lo siento. That's pretty much it. Yeah, very little Spanish. I always kind of saw the story of Judas and Jesus as a mirror reflection of what happened between Lucifer and Yahweh. No, see, I don't know what happened between Lucifer and Yahweh. You're saying Lucifer is the one who got cast out? Lucifer was. Are you talking about a story where Lucifer was jealous of the honor being given to humans and thought that it was hypocritical of God and challenged him in some way and was cast out for challenging God? Is that the story? Or am I confusing different stories? In Mexican and Texas, what should I do? I don't know. Is that are you in need of help? Is this a cry for help? Because this is the second or third time you said in Mexican and Texas, what should I do? Do you need help? Can you stay safely at home? Um, can you get somewhere else? Can you get safely to a different location? I see what you're saying. I think I see what you're saying now. Let me know if we need to help more. But it sounds like you need help. So we need to try to help STR Anonymous second. 3000 says, I don't know. Mexican and Texas. Move out of Texas. Or, yeah. Or don't worry if you're there legally. I don't know. Still worry. Like, I would, be careful. Am I 35? Oh, that's right. We're going to guess my age. Are you guys going to guess my age? Whoa. How long? Whoa. You guys wrote a lot of comments. I better read faster. Hold on. 38. Yes. No, I've already been 35 and 38. So I'm older than those. But thank you. That's nice. What's going on? He's 33 or 38. I can't read, but thanks. Good guesses. I appreciate those guesses, I think. Hi. Sophia, hi. We got a legit Sophia in here. That's so crazy. The person before was also named Sophia. They were on their mom's phone, but they were named Sophia. Now we have a legit Sophia in here. And somebody was asking me earlier if I was Gnostic, because I wrote a book about the Gospel of Judas. And Sophia is the Pistis Sophia. Sophia is the spirit that came down. Like, Sophia is like what we all are or something. It's really amazing. So nice to meet you, Sophia, or another Sophia. Sophia's, nice to meet you. And to the rest of you, nice to meet you, Sophia's, too. Ooh. I'm 33. I'm more than 33. Why my brother police get swatted or whatever if they broke down the door and had him in the ground with guns making shit and searching for drugs and stuff? Yeah, that sounds like police and or ICE. They're all. I don't think ICE even's messing around searching for drugs. I think they brought their own. STR, I'm starting to think you're trolling. He's not trolling like my usual trolls, so don't worry about him. He's fine. He's fine. If he's just LARPing something, that's way better than my usual trolls. He's like somebody he's presenting as somebody that we should care about, and that's way better than my usual trolls. You cannot possibly care about. I forgot what the word was. Oh, Sophia, you changed your profile name and picture. Oh, maybe it's the same person who came back. That's cool. The people are getting swatted or something. I just realized. Deported and stuff. Freaks. Oh, wait, we've got Harry Blogs that said freaks. They walked in and said freaks. It reminds me, Jerry Garcia was at Woodstock, and like Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young had like, maybe it was just Crosby, Stills, and Nash had like a tent with some girls in them, like they were all talking to him, and Jerry Garcia poked his head in the tent and he said, "Look, hippie rock stars." Which I don't know what that means. I love that story. Pee Wee Herman told me to say I love that story. We were discussing whether or not people are being deported. Well, people are being deported and it needs to stop. We all agree. I've found that everyone agrees automatic citizenship for everyone ICE encounters. Automatic citizenship for everyone on their list. Just give them all automatic citizenship. That's what we're going to do. They all get automatic citizenship. This is the new fast track to citizenship. Nobody has a problem with this idea. I say we just do it, and then we give extra compensation to people that they've hurt in other ways besides just bothering them or worse. I don't even want to get into it. It's so bad. Although I hope you know that it's bad. We need to stop it. German SS Officer Fritz. I don't know if I want to read German SS Officer Fritz. I mean, I'll take a screenshot of your things, but I don't know if I want to read German SS Officer Fritz comments in my live. I've already said your name like 3 times, so I'll read your comments for historical purpose, because they won't be able to read your comments when they watch this in the future. But the fact that they're illegal, congratulations. But the fact that they're illegal, congratulations. Something about people aren't illegal. That's not a thing. People are Nazis who call themselves German SS Officer Fritz. Let's go ahead and get the full profile of German SS Officer Fritz. That is what we do on this channel. Sorry, we haven't had to disrupt the flow of conversation for anybody else, but German SS officer Fritz joined 5 months ago, has no subscribers. They're like some type of grok. They're some type of grok protege. Anyway, Trump's terrible. Jake said Trump's so good, but Trump's terrible. See, here comes the Trump-Putineers. Just pay no attention to the Trump-Putineers behind the Putin. STR, how long you been in the U.S.? STR is 15, so, well, stay home. Let's like, don't, if it's an excuse to get out of school, no, go to school. Go to school. I'm not going to encourage not going to school unless you're actually afraid of ICE on your way to school or at your school. So don't go to school because why risk it? Just get your classes at home. Get your work at home. But although most people who say they're 15 are trolling and saying they're 15 in order to be some type of like monkey wrench in the system or something, whatever, that's fine. Trump's probably the best Trump's probably the best president. I usually read Trump Putineers comments in a bad Russian accent. So Jake says, Trump's probably the best president. STR, you're fine, don't worry. Or stay home. Like if you're worried, stay home. It might be your instincts are correct. So, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna have to screenshot the next German SS officer's comment, but I'm probably not gonna read it because I do not. I just don't even want to promote that stuff, even reading it in a Russian accent. I'd say 5 years. He's been here 5 years. No. Miss me with that BS, as the kids want to say today. German SS officer Fritz says this. But the fact that most majority of Americans people agree and Mexican male agree on the things he did, like people don't talk like that in America. First of all, I'm not making fun of how you talk, but that's just such a Russian way of talking. But the fact that most majority, I'm just reading it exactly as he read it. But the fact that most majority of Americans people agree, and Mexican male agree on the things he did. No, it's Gaza, dude. Gaza. Biden and Kamala traded a landslide for a genocide. They had a landslide ready to go. They chose a genocide instead and traded it. They traded their landslide away for a genocide in Trump. It was a bad move. AIPAC messed us up. We should never do anything they want again. What do you need? What do you need from me, German SS Nazi Fritz? Anyway, good thing everyone's here is legal. There's no such thing as illegal people. Casting crew boys. Hi, I'm back. Nice to see you again, casting crew boys. Hope you waited long enough for me to get. Okay, yeah, we're not far from the end of the comments. We've gone live a lot longer than I usually go live, but it's been a really nice live. So, thanks everybody. How was school back when I was younger? There were some poor people in my school. This is one thing that jumped to mind when you asked that question. And sometimes they would say, "Are you eating that?" You know, they'd be like, "Are you eating that?" And they put their finger in your food because they wanted your food, and you'd say, "No, I'm not eating it any. You know, you can have that. You can have those mashed potatoes now because you just put your finger in my mashed potatoes." And it was just a thing. It was just it was like that happened fairly often, but it wasn't like bullying. It was like people being hungry. But yeah, that's one thing about my school. When I was in school, school is bad. It'd be like prison. Yeah, I felt like that too. So yeah, hopefully it's better than it was before. But if it's worse, I'm so sorry. German SS officer Fritz said scared. STR said school is bad, like prison. STR, for being here 5 years, your English slang you're using isn't really adding up to me. Bro, what do you mean? Dude, people learn language like that. He could have been here for 1 year and learn language, especially young people, and especially young language, because everybody says that stuff these days. Oh, it's Alexia. I like your flag and profile and everything. Thank you. It's Alexia. I'm Fairy Liberation Front. I'm Pillar Revolution. I'm Church of Judas to replace all patriarchy Christianity. Okay. And it's Alexia says, what do you think of my... I don't know what a goon shrine is, so I don't know how to read your comment. I don't know if you're being funny or I'm sorry. I don't even need more context. It's Alexia. Thank you though. Okay. STR says what in Spanish, I think. 3000 says it's right where you live. I really hope you get a good rest and good bless you. If it's right, it is night where I live. Bless you too. God bless you. I'll do the Judas blessing for you since you guys have heard all my Judas stuff. This is the Judas blessing I came up with. Anybody can come up with their own. Goddess bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Jesus bless you, Judas bless you, I bless you, and bless yourself. It's worse. I'm so sorry. Ghazi, do you have a favorite fish? If you watch our movies about being in school in the 80s, tell me whether it's worse. Our movies aren't. Our movies are a lot better than it really was, but at least the movies are kind of like what it was. We made a lot of movies about being in high school in the 80s for some reason. It wasn't that great. Do I have a favorite fish? Oh my gosh, why do we have Nazis? Why do we have Trumpers? Why are the Trumpers all such reliably Nazi losers? They're so oh, he retracted his message because I that's so weird. Like just when I started reading his message and I didn't read the whole thing, he retracted the message. That's so weird. Why are people so weird? Oh shit? Sorry. Just give me context. I was making a joke about people glazing on Trump. Sorry, I'm really old. Nobody guessed how old I was. Or wait, you can guess really young or really old how old I am. I actually kind of gave it away. I'm super old, so yeah, everyone hates. Is it your goon shrine? I don't know what a goon shrine is, but I'm glad that people are making fun of Trump. I think he's the worst. Gangs, you gooning? Oh shit! I was making a joke about people glazing on Trump. Has to do with self. Okay, that's great. Broby, just don't get me in trouble reading your comments. Um, with YouTube, whatever YouTube's. Does YouTube have any filters? Self pleasure. Recommended. I mean, if that's the best you can do, finding other people that you get along with is, in my opinion, fantastic. Like the best thing in the world. But if you can't, being by yourself is good too. Um, I mean, you can make it better. Being here for 5 years, la escuela es muy mala, hermano. The school is very bad. My friend? Oh no, why do I have to read German SS Officer Fritz comments? Can you stop writing comments, please? But you're not a true American if you think all this nonsense now. Why hide behind screen? Loser? Those are all the German. Okay, SDR, fair enough. This is more German SS Officer. But we say real soul, why not troll as one? You. But we say we are, so why not troll as one? You. I don't know what was I supposed to replace your previous sentence with you? No wonder, old timer, but I think you're the bigot here. You're the a bigot here. You're the a bigot here. I'm the bigot because I'm making fun of your Russian word syntax. Because he's our president, deal with it. He's your Russian president from Russia. He's not our president. He's not America's president. And I think you guys probably know about the election, don't you? Tell us about the election, German SS Officer Fritz. While you're here, tell us about the election, German SS Officer Fritz. You know what I'm talking about. Tell us. Tell us in comments. I'll read your comments in Russian. I learned a little bit of German too. This is Scheiße. I learned that from Lady Gaga. What is it? Damn, that's actually a good song. I can't remember how it goes at all now. That's bad. I've been sleeping on Lady Gaga. I've not been sleeping on Lady Gaga in the way I would like to be. But you say we are one was but you okay, this is the German SS officer again. But you say we are one, say why not troll as one? You do troll as one. All Trump-Putiners say the same things all the time, over and over again. You can never say anything against Trump. You can never say anything against Putin. You probably love Netanyahu, too. He's such a role model to you for all the stuff he's getting away with, seemingly. But he won't be getting away with it for long. And Trump won't be getting away with it for much longer. And what's his name? Do you guys seen my artworks? Those are my loyalties there. Those are the people I support. The people who got invaded. You don't support the invaders. Who does that? Liberals. that you rigged it? Because I asked him about the election, and he said, but you rigged it? But you said we are one that Rollins won, but you rigged it? Liberals, you make no sense. German SS officer. Who even is your profile picture, German SS officer, Fritz? Who is it? Is it RFK Jr. or something? Like, too fitting. Stop being such a caricature. Like, didn't you have a personality before these Trump-boutonnieres turned you into a Trump-boutonniere? Sorry, everybody. Sorry, everybody else. Weren't we doing something fun before? I'll stop reading the Trump-boutonnieres comments. It's amazing that there was only one. We have 13 people here now, and there was only one Trump-boutonniere, kind of in the whole live. Usually that's all I get. So thank you, everybody else, for talking with me and supporting the live. And I probably should shut it down, but I don't know. I'll stay live a little bit longer because you guys have been so friendly and everything's been so nice. And it's been cool. Oh, yeah, making fun of Trump. We should keep doing that. Sensitive? Burger eating fish. I don't know. Sensitive? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sensitive. What's up? What's up? What do you want me to sense? What have you got for me to, um, oh my gosh. Because you're not a Nazi, you're trolling is one. This person just says, German SS officer Fritz just said, because I'm not a Nazi, I'm just trolling is one. So let me put it this way. So as you're trolling as a Nazi, does that mean you're going to support Trump and everything? Like, so you recognize that Trump is a Nazi, right? But the thing is, you're Christian and you give hate? Why do you talk like that? Why do you talk like so Russian? Why do you talk so Russian? Why do you talk so Russian? Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at you. It's not a funny thing. Look, you're saying you're trolling, you're LARPing as a Nazi because you're not actually a Nazi. But LARPing as a Nazi is a Nazi thing to do. It's like my friend that used to say that Trump is not racist. He's just using racists. Well, using racist is a racist thing to do. It in itself, even if you somehow were not the one thinking the racist things or something, if what you're doing is using racists, that makes you a racist. That makes it you're doing racism. You're doing another kind of racism. But I think Trump is totally racist too. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't troll as a Nazi. Why don't you do me a favor and troll as a Judas person? You can troll everybody. I mean, it's not really trolling because it's true, but you can look at it as trolling and just, I repurpose trolls. It's something I pride myself in. But you can look at it as trolling. You can do it just like you troll. Just tell people about Judas. It's not a big deal. People tell people about Jesus all the time. So go around telling people about Judas. You heard what I had to say about him, right? Just tell people about that. You'll find that it's much more like provocative and interesting than trolling as a Nazi. And trolling as a Nazi it does kind of make you a Nazi in different ways. Like even if you think you're not being a Nazi, you're just pretending to be one. Like what about Bob when he's like, I can pretend I have Tourette's. Fuck shit, whatever. I can pretend I have Tourette's because then I don't have it. Just stop. Like I don't have it because I don't. I spend way too much time thinking about Nazis because they keep running our damn government. They keep fucking whatever. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna read. Yeah, say thank you, Zero. Pretending to be a Nazi is probably just as bad as being one. It is. It's very similar. I mean, you don't want to diminish how bad it is to actually be one, but pretending to be a Trump-hooteneer, pretending to be MAGA, pretending to be a Nazi, is as bad as being one in many respects. And pretending not to be one while being one. Like a bunch of these leftist types that are fake leftists because they're actually trying to protect Putin and Trump at some level. That's just as bad. That's terrible. And it's so we need so many people to just support each other for just being human beings and against that stuff, that just be that, just do that. Like you'll be much more appreciated, especially these days as we're turning around because the internet, the platforms, they all promote the Nazis. They all promote the bad guys. They all promote the Trumpers over us. So it's very rare for us to even meet each other because of how much they promote the Trumpers over us. But once we meet each other, once we start like networking and building something together, it's going to come out. Like we saw in the No Kings protest, 15 million people, or at least 10 million people, came out all over the country to support the No Kings protest, and only like 1,500 people showed up at Trump's birthday parade. Like, there's so many more of us than them, and it's going to be so much more popular to finally. We have to break through these social media filters and stuff to show ourselves, to feel our numbers and our presence and stuff. Sorry, I'm going to read the rest of your comments. Um, But we're going to do that. And I'm going to shut this down before we get to an hour, which is at least only 10 minutes more to go maximum, because otherwise, if it goes over an hour, I don't think it posts very well or something like that. Let's see. The German SS person said, I'm a Christian too. I don't know if you're Christian or not, but being Christian isn't good in my context. Being Christian it's fine. There's a lot of good people in Christianity, but for the most part, they've been duped by evil leaders and the evil system that Christianity really itself has been. Christianity is guilty of all this empire and war and colonialism and boarding schools and abuse and all this stuff. Christianity's guilty of that. Christianity hasn't stopped itself from doing that stuff, but Jesus has a plan to stop Christianity because Jesus isn't down with any of that. Never has been. Jesus is not, I wouldn't say completely outside of all churches, but he's never been part of that part of any church. And now's the time to replace it. It's a huge change. It's going to change everything in the world, and it's going to be cool, and you can be part of that. It's just a lot more. It's a lot more useful use of your time than trolling as a Nazi and a MAGA person. Burger Eating Fish says, ain't y'all the ones you cried about 86 Biden? When we say 86 Trump, y'all want to cry. We trying to kill it. Sorry, I shouldn't have necessarily read that in a country accent. But you did say, ain't y'all the ones. Yes, I'll read it that way. Ain't y'all the ones you cried about 86 Biden? And then when we say 86 Trump, y'all want to cry when we trying to kill him? Laughing my ass off. Yeah, Trump Putin are Space Force in the streets, flat earth in the sheets. I coined that years ago, but I mean, all their beliefs are contradictory lies and racism. But yeah, there's Space Force in the streets, flat earth in the sheets. Yeah, definitely make fun of someone. Yes, definitely make fun of someone. Definitely what God wants. Your God is fake. Like, I'm not going to have a debate with somebody LARPing as a Nazi when I only have 10 minutes left. I'm going to skip the rest of your comments. You can stop commenting. German SS people make fun of gay people. Yeah, STR pointed out that German SS people make fun of gay people. Exactly. Those people, bro, they're so boring. Yeah. But you guys are racist as well? No, we're not racist. Well, who would we be racist against? Being racist is bad. The only people who are, like, bad are the people who think they're better than everybody else. Zero says, Fritz, go eat some sauerkraut. Sauerkraut's good, I guess. Especially you got, like, a hot dog. The guy has no life trying to troll, but he's a loser. Well, let's not continue to make fun of him, because at least he admitted he's just trolling. But I don't think he knows how to get out of it. Just stop. Like, change your profile picture and come back as a good person, and we'll all be your friend and stuff. Like, like, seriously, let's fix you people. A Christian trolling as a Nazi is something I didn't expect to see. I mean, that's a hilarious way to phrase it, but I mean, MAGA? Have you seen America lately? Like, that's all they do. They're Nazis trolling as Christians, I guess, but yeah, that's what they do. You don't find that racist? German SS officer says you don't find that racist, but again, we don't have time for German SS officer anymore. We're going to skip his comments. Why are you dumb? I don't know if I can show it. I'm going to try to show it. Another moderator has handled this. I don't have moderators, but what's it called? The sauerkraut joke? Prejudice, maybe, not racist. It's fine. It's fine. Making fun of Germans, like, we split Germany in two, okay? After World War II, we split that country in two. We split it into two countries. I was alive back when it was still two countries. It was two whole-ass countries, okay? We can split Russia in 2 or 3. We can split America in 2 or 3. We can split Israel in 2 or 3. You see where I'm going with this? Like, it's not like it was before. Things are going to change. We don't have to split America in 2 or 3. We don't have to split Israel in 2 or 3. We don't have to split Russia in 2 or 3. But if we do, we might not ever let them become a country again, because we didn't make a strong enough example of Germany. That shit came back. Shit came back to Germany. and it came back here, and it came back to Russia. All the countries that beat Germany, that beat that ideology, all the countries that beat Germany when it had that ideology, now have that ideology. They've beaten us. They've taken over our countries without wars. They've shown that moving psychologically, moving beyond war, and they still use war, but I mean, moving beyond that is more effective than war. So war is obsolete. They've taken over our countries without even a war. When we beat them in war, German SS says, "But where are the proof?" Burger Fest says, "You sound sped. What is the proof of us supporting Nazis?" Dude, you're just the one who just said you're LARPing as a Nazi. That's supporting Nazis. You look at your name, and when I asked you, so LARPing as a Nazi, do you just say you support Trump? And you have nothing to say about that because you know that's what it is. You know it's both the same thing. Sounds sped, but I'm not talking, I'm typing. Maybe I'm reading it too fast, but I'm trying to get through the comments. Ex-Christian here, 1,000% agree. Right. There's probably more ex-Christians in the world than there are Christians. The Gospel of Judas and the Church of Judas not only replaces all the existing churches, but it invites everybody who's already left the church not to come back to church, but to recognize that they were right. They probably left the church because they believed in Jesus and the church did not. So those people believe in Jesus. Ex-Christians believe in Jesus more than current Christians do. But it kind of unites all those people. More importantly, it makes Christianity, it apologizes for all the evils that Christianity has done in the past and tries to make reparations and make up for that. I'm saying we take the churches and we take all the Catholic wealth and all the Roman Orthodox, or the Russian Orthodox wealth and all the evangelical wealth and all the Mormon wealth, and we give it back to the people that we hurt before. Not only does that set a good example, it helps a lot of freaking people, and it makes what Christianity final form, what I call the Church of Judas, it makes the Christianity final form on par with other religions instead of trying to replace other religions, and it accepts its responsibility for having destroyed so many cultures that it, instead of letting more languages die out and more cultures die out, we use all the resources of Christianity to try to make up for that, to try to restore and bring back those cultures. And Jesus is from the goddess, not God. And they talk about being gay and all this. It's cool. Like, it's what you want everything to be. It's just the Jesus stuff, and it's just been a secret for 2,000 years. But it was kept a secret in order to make it come back with this impact. And honestly, in order to let the corrupted version take over all these countries, to be embedded in all these empires. So when we transform the church, we take down those empires. We stop war. We end that stuff. So anyway, that's Church of Judas. Check out the hashtag Church of Judas. I talk about it all the time. Let me finish reading your comments. And I wrote the book of Judas, about the Gospel of Judas, which is the thing that Judas wrote about Jesus' secret conversation with him that made all that happen in the first place. Thanks for hearing me out. The Proud Boys being released by Trump. Yeah, that's who the ICE are. Is they're just proud. That's why they won't show their faces, because people identify them as the January 6th Proud Boy crowd. Yeah, exactly. Burger. I don't know if I could even read that, but you guys killed Jews, and fuck, don't need proof. That's what you guys do. You guys are terrible, and you're using concentration camps on immigrants and stuff here now. I'm not reading anymore. I already told you I wasn't reading anymore German SS comments, because we're shutting down the live in like 3 minutes, literally. You just learned that word. We might come back for another live. We're shutting this one down in about 3 minutes. If you guys want to come back later, we'll do it. I have a piece of Berlin Wall on my counter right now. No way, that's so awesome. I have a piece of Lady Gaga's wood dress. Just a sliver, like a little toothpick sliver from her wood dress that I think they donated money for AIDS from somebody in Europe, or like AIDS research in Europe, which, again, Trump's killing millions of people by canceling AIDS research and other research and aid groups and stuff. That's so cool. You have a piece of the Berlin Wall. I have some concert memorabilia too, like a drumstick from Peter Murphy and from Morrissey, back when Morrissey was cool. You can stop typing things, German. I'm not reading your comments anymore. Bye. And we're shutting it down. We're at 54:20, we were. But yeah, don't use those words. I'm not going to say it out loud just because some of those are slurs or aren't Trump specific. Calling him a Trump-Putineer, Nazi or whatever. Calling him a Trump-Putineer traitor. Calling him a Trump-Putineer to me is the worst thing you can call anybody. A Trump-Putineer. Because we had 80 years of talking bad about what the German people did. And then here we are doing it again. We had so much time of talking bad about that. We should have learned our lesson. I call them Trump mutineers to remind people that they're mutineers. They betrayed us. They're doing a mutiny on the good ship America, and it's Trump and Putin. Like, it's never not Putin. It's always been Putin. Anyway, we'll shut them down. We'll get to a post-Putin world. We'll get to that singularity, heaven on earth, or Oz, the future where there's no money, no war. That's the Oz prophecy. So I do two main prophecies: the Gospel of Judas and the Oz prophecy. And the Oz prophecy is what I do under the Fairy Liberation Front hashtag, or TikTok of Oz. I talk about Oz stuff more often. So check out the hashtag TikTok of Oz, just spelled just like the app, TikTok of Oz. So hashtag TikTok of Oz, check out hashtag Church of Judas, check out hashtag Pillar Revolution, and Fairy Liberation Front. Fairy Liberation Front is a lot of stuff, though. So anyway, thanks, y'all. Love you. And it's so nice to meet all of you. It was amazing. But I have to shut it down before I get caught up in something else. And don't shut it down before the 1 hour mark, and so it won't post. But this should post because it's only about 56 minutes. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Read the book The Great Controversy by T.I. Know the Bible Prophecy. Oh, thanks, Jose Cuevas. Nice to meet you. Come back next live. Maybe we'll come back in just a few minutes after I step out for a breath of fresh air. Anyway, love you guys. See you soon. And one more time. God bless you. Mary bless you. Mary bless you. Mary bless you. Jesus bless you. Judas bless you. I bless you. Bless yourself. See you next time.